Today on 2+U Nevada.
Absolutely. As we age, there are certain risk factors that can lead to falls. Strength and mobility is definitely one of those things, making sure you're moving and using your body on a daily basis.
Why preventing falls as we age is so very important, and the very easy ways you can ensure your or your loved one's home is fall safe.
We're for the entire community. We help children, we help seniors, we help all ages, and it's just so powerful.
None of us are going to escape it. It's the inevitable for everyone. Death. Why one organization in town is working to ensure everyone's offered a dignified death.
Seeing her be able to do that, everything we had to trail through the rivers, I had to actually pick her up and put her over a wall. First time ever doing that as well.
And two amazing stories of dogs helping humans, both making some amazing discoveries that help law enforcement find missing people on opposite sides of the country. You're watching 2+U Nevada. It's home.
Put everything back in your house the way you like it.
With community and family. And this really is a family affair. It's local food.
I got garlic in mine, capers.
It's health and wellness. Plus,
we don't have these, and we could be using them.
With plenty of entertainment. 2+U Nevada, brought to you by 911 Restoration. Thank you for joining us for this edition of 2+U Nevada. I'm Sarah Johns, your host. It is Girl Scout cookie season, and if you pre-ordered, deliveries are starting. I have to tell you, we ordered our typical boxes of Thin Mints, but we also tried something new. This box of Adventurefuls. We opened up the box last night, and they were a hit. They're described as indulgent, brownie-inspired cookies with caramel-flavored cream and a hint of salt. They taste like heaven. So if you are looking to try something new, I highly recommend them. And it'd also be paired very well with a glass of wine. If that sounds good to you, we sit down with Girl Scouts of the Sierra Nevada in a few minutes to tell you about a pairing event this weekend that you won't want to miss. And a reminder, get your Valentine's Day flowers ordered early. The early bird special that is being provided by Sparks Florist. We have a fantastic show for you today. Don't go anywhere. Thank you for joining us today for 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada, and I'm so excited to be joined with Dr. Francesca Rinaldo. We are here at the Del Monte Clinic talking about Hometown Health Senior Care Plus. And Dr. Rinaldo, thank you so much for hosting us this afternoon.
Of course, it's always a pleasure.
We have so much fun, but you know what? It's a very important topic that we're discussing today, and that's fall prevention. Why is it so important that we start considering balance and fall prevention?
So falls are actually one of the leading causes of injury and injury-related death in seniors. And often what we see as clinicians is a fall can sort of be like a sentinel event that triggers a really poor health trajectory for seniors. And so preventing that first fall or even a serious fall is incredibly important for maintaining your health and independence.
And we are specifically talking about the senior population. However, this is something that people need to be concerned about, making sure that they have good core strength and good balance throughout their life. It's just we start to see the health component maybe as we age.
Absolutely. As we age, there are certain risk factors that can lead to falls. Strength and mobility is definitely one of those things, making sure you're moving and using your body on a daily basis, even if it's just for 10 or 15 minutes, can really help prevent falls by maintaining that core strength and mobility. Another piece that we really look at as clinicians is medications. There are a number of medications that can make you more high risk for falls because they cause dizziness or have other side effects. And then things like addressing home safety, right? Do you have grab bars in the bathroom where you need them? Is your stairwell well lit? Is there a railing that you can hang on to when you're going up the stairs? Are your rugs tacked down? There's certain things that we can do just to make falls more avoidable and really eliminate those risks. And then finally, just things like not wearing loose slippers, wearing the appropriate footwear, even when you're at home. Anyone who wants to stop by the Del Monte Clinic to pick up a free pair of non-slip socks, we have them for you. It's free to the public. These are perfect for preventing falls at home.
And they're just really cute for Valentine's Day, too.
Very cute.
I really like these, but I want to delve in deeper into something that you talked about, and that's medications. Because as seniors age, the medications can change, and they really can trigger that dizziness that you were talking about. And being mindful of that and cognizant of that and telling your doctor that can really help too, because then the doctor could potentially, or your primary care provider could potentially adjust those medications.
Absolutely. So I think there's a few factors that can lead to a higher risk of falling. First of all, we know that a lot of seniors are on a lot of medications. Some seniors are on 10 or more. That's a term that we call polypharmacy. And cutting down on medications that may not be necessary and looking at those and reviewing those with your clinician can really help reduce your risk of falling. Your clinician can also look at your medication list and identify those medications that maybe have central nervous system effects or can cause dizziness that can really remove your risk of falling by removing those medications for your regimen, or maybe suggesting an alternative to those medications that may not be as high risk.
And then let's talk about working out or strengthening our senior population. You know, a senior, if they're starting to get wobbly, may say, I'm not strong enough to work out. I'm not strong enough to work on this. What do you say to those?
I would say even just doing a little bit will help. There are lots of programs that are available online. There's some great resources. Even just sitting in a chair and doing chair exercises in your living room can be helpful, even if it's just for 5 to 10 minutes a day. One wonderful resource that we have available to us is at www.cdc.gov. They have a program called STEADI. It's spelled STEADI. And it's chock full of fall prevention materials, not just for seniors, but also for caregivers. And they can point you to all kinds of free, downloadable brochures, exercise regimens, other resources that are available. It's really a great place to start.
No joke. My dad and I were talking this morning. I promise you this is a true conversation he and I had. And he just learned the exercise, and he's going to do it daily, where you stand in front of a chair, you sit down, but you don't touch the chair, and you stand back up. And he says, that's supposed to help me with my balance. And I said, Dad, I'm so proud of you for doing this.
Yep.
You know, there are easy, simple exercises that you can do at home to help you and prevent those falls.
Absolutely. And toe raises is another great one, where you can stand with your hand on the wall to help you balance and just raise up on your tippy toes and go down. And you do that 4 or 5 times, take a rest, and then do it again. That's another great one for strengthening your lower extremity strength.
Well, I greatly appreciate this conversation, Dr. Ronaldo. Thank you so much for telling us about it. And if people need to learn more about the benefits and resources that they can get through Senior Care Plus, where should they go?
www.seniorcareplus.com. We have all kinds of great resources. Our population health page also has resources where you can reach our care management team. They're happy to talk to you about fall prevention, home safety, and other community resources that you can access.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us this afternoon.
Of course.
You're watching 2+ Nevada. You are watching 2+ Nevada. Joining us this afternoon, Amber Joyner with the Girl Scouts of Sierra Nevada. Amber, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
We are here to talk about the best season of the year. No, I'm not talking about the holidays. I'm talking about Girl Scout cookies. It is that time.
Yes, it is. Thank you. From now until March 15th, girls will be out selling.
And the month of February really and truly is like the big push. And Girl Scouts Sierra Nevada has a ton of activities and avenues for people to help support the Girl Scouts.
Yes, and thank goodness for our community partners. We have several events coming up. We have partnerships in the community with MF International, which is a restaurant in Sparks. They have a cookie-inspired milkshake all month. If you'd like to go try a Girl Scout milkshake, and part of those proceeds will come back to council to help fund our girl programs.
I love that. Okay, so that's the entire month of February.
Yes.
But then this weekend, there's also something, if you like wine, hello, we've got cookies and wine.
That's right. Sunset Winery is hosting a cookies and wine pairing again for us, and they do this every year. Everyone raves about it. If you haven't been, you're missing out. I would encourage you to go. It's going to be on February 15th from noon to 3 o'clock, and they actually have somebody expertly pair 4 wines with 4 cookies, and you go and you have a tasting. And it would be something that was beyond my knowledge of how to pair that even at home, right? But take your friends, get all of your work colleagues, whoever, and tickets are available on our website ahead of time, and then also at the door, though, too. It's about $5 more is also. Yeah.
That is such a great idea because, I mean, who doesn't love cookies paired with wine just to begin with, right? But now you actually know which one
Right.
to pair with which cookie. I mean, I will say, though, every single glass of wine tastes good with a Thin Mint.
I believe you. I love the Thin Mint.
That one can go with champagne. It can go with red. Hello. But also, what I love about this is that it's the Girl Scouts getting creative and making the Girl Scout cookies more than just cookies, right? It's elevating the experience. So that's super cool.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And also, if you go there, you will have your own private cookie booth because we usually have Girl Scouts selling cookies there. Okay. So if you find a favorite cookie with a favorite pairing, you can leave with that cookie for home too.
And speaking of the cookies, we've got a new flavor this year.
Yes, the Explore Mores. And this one was inspired by Rocky Road ice cream. And I've had a chance to taste them. I think it's delicious. It's a chocolate sandwich cookie, like a deep chocolate sandwich cookie. And in the middle is a very soft sort of mousse. And it tastes like chocolate mousse with almond flavoring. I think it's delicious.
That sounds awesome. That I think would pair well with a red.
There you go. There you go. Whatever you would drink with chocolate mousse, yes.
Right. Okay. So now that we've covered cookies, really and truly, let's talk about where the money for these cookie sales go.
Thank you for bringing that up. I mean, and we get questions all the time. The boxes are $7 now, and for some people they say, oh, that they've gone up so much. I remember selling them for $2.50, right? So, but every bit of the proceeds stay here local for our girls. And I say local. Our council covers Reno, Sparks, Carson City, all the way to Elko, and also some California areas as well, and up at Tahoe. But our council, that money stays with our council. That money also stays even more locally in a girl's troop. So she and her friends are setting goals like, if we make a certain amount of cookie money, what are we going to go do? And they go on trips, or they go camping, or they have these amazing life-changing experiences. My daughter, with some of her cookie proceeds that she saved over the years, actually had international travel with the Girl Scouts. Wow. So it's just a phenomenal program, and you can be guaranteed that those dollars that you're spending on the cookies are actually changing lives and helping girls.
I love that story so much. Like, I really do. And the Girl Scouts, the cookie sales too, it's helping to build those soft skills that we really need to see in our young women as they get older.
Absolutely. The cookies isn't just about selling cookies and making profit. It's also about really a skill building set. And we really focus on the entrepreneurship, people skills, money skills, goal setting, everything about the business experience. And there are countless numbers of CEOs and businesswomen who say, I got my start at Girl Scouts. Cool. And that girl-led experience where they're out setting their goals, they're choosing their routes, they're choosing how to sell their cookies and their booth experience with their fellow girls. It's something you can't replicate anywhere.
No, you really can't. And outside of the cookie sales, the Girl Scouts it's not the Girl Scouts of our day. Right? Like it is ever changing. And the topics that our young women are learning about go into that.
Absolutely. I mean, I was a Girl Scout. My mom was my leader. But Girl Scouts has evolved with the times. And it is really, truly a choose your own adventure for every Girl Scout. If they love science, STEM is actually one of our main pillars now. We have badges, more badges than really any other field in computers and science and engineering. We of course have the outdoors. That was our foundation. And outdoor skills is something girls aren't really getting anywhere else these days, and it's really needed. And then we also have, of course, life skills, the things you think about, like the sewing and the cooking and the social skills, all still very necessary. And so we have those as well. And entrepreneurship, of course, with the cookies. So those are our main pillars. And we've evolved with the times, and girls really can choose what they love.
Well, Amber, thank you so much. Again, remember, Cookies and Wine this Sunday.
That's right. It's February 15th from noon to 3 at Sunset Winery on 4th Street.
Amber, thank you for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
You're watching 2+ U Nevada. You are watching 2+ U Nevada, and this afternoon we have Michelle Cagle and Chaplain Chaz Blackburn here from the Circle of Life Hospice Foundation. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you.
I'm glad that you joined us again. We've had you here on our show before, but this foundation is so important. If anyone follows our show repeatedly, they know how close I am to my family. And when my grandma had hospice care, it was absolutely the most beautiful thing to provide her a loving death. And it's weird for us to talk about it, but really and truly, none of us can escape it.
That's right.
Right? It's gonna happen. And so you, through this foundation, are providing a dignified death to folks who otherwise couldn't afford it.
Correct.
Let's go into the premise of why this foundation was even started.
Yeah, well, the foundation was started in 2002 by the founder, and the goal was always to open up a guest house for those who could not afford room and board or an assisted living. And it just took several years to get done, but we, in 2022, we were gifted this house by Lawrence J. Weiss, and we really got busy raising money and opened in June of 2024. And these people don't pay anything for the home. So it's people that don't have the means to pay for caregiving or an assisted living, or just don't have family. And so we're really grateful and proud for the community because we've been able to serve 86 people so far since 2024. And we're going strong, and we just, yeah, and nobody dies alone there. They're loved, they're cared for, they die with dignity and comfort, and that's the goal. Like you said, it's, you know, we all hope for a beautiful death, and it's hard to have that when you're alone and you have nobody to care for you.
Oh, that just gave me chills. Chaplain Chaz, tell me some of the experiences that you have seen in this home.
Yeah, we've served, as she said, 86 people from the ages of 17 to 101 years old. 17% of the people that we serve are veterans, a World War II veteran whose wife just couldn't help take care of him at the end of life. We've had seniors who have been trafficked, but it affects all levels of society. It's not just people from the CARES campus, which we do have a partnership with, but it can be you know, a wealthy couple maybe that can't get care out in the rules because they don't have hospice care. And so we're for the entire community. We help children, we help seniors, we help all ages. And it's just so powerful. You'll see wives coming together crying as their husbands are passing, and we just surround them with all this love and care. And really, it is a safe place for a beautiful goodbye as our tagline. And so we got to keep it going. And we have some dreams to be able to help some more people. We got a grant from SOSJ that's $50,000 for the expansion. And so not only at the gala, the Dignity Dinner, do we hope to raise funds for that, but also our ongoing caregiving, which can be up to $325,000 a year.
And you mentioned the gala. I want to get to that in just a second, but just to talk about a dignified death a little bit more, Chaplain Chaz, why is it so important that people have that?
Right. Well, everybody deserves to die with dignity. It doesn't matter what walk of life they are. And there's a lot of people that die in pain and agony who maybe have no caregivers and are sitting at home and don't know to call hospice, or they have nobody, they're released from the hospital. Some people can't afford, like Michelle said, to pay for a facility or a group home. But it's important that everybody die with peace, dignity, love, and comfort, and that's what we provide.
And Michelle, you were saying 86 since 2024, so that's just what, a year and a half?
Yeah, a year and a half. Yeah, 86. And as Chaz said, from the ages of 17 to 101. So as you know, death does not discriminate, and we're there for all of those people. It doesn't matter what walk of life they came from. It doesn't matter, what mistakes they've made in their life, where they are in their life. We treat everybody with the same love and respect and dignity as if it was our own grandmother or our own, spouse. So, yeah.
And we've got a fundraiser coming up.
We do.
And Chaz mentioned it a little, but you've got ideas for what's going to happen with this house. So let's talk about the expansion.
So our plan is to expand. Like Chaz says, we received a grant to start the expansion, and our goal is to add on to the existing house, and we foresee an atrium in the center of where the house is and where the new rooms will be. And so our goal is to be able to serve like 6 or 7 comfortably. Again, this was it's a beautiful house. It was donated to us. It's small. We make it work. But if we had 6, 7 beds, it would be ideal to serve our community and the rural areas. We get referrals from Winnemucca, Elko, even Susanville and Bishop, because those areas don't have a hospice. And so we don't say no to anybody. I mean, they're human, and it doesn't matter where they live. We want to be there to take care of them and love them.
So if you want to help the Circle of Life Hospice Foundation, again, we have the Dignity Dinner. It is February 27th at 6 o'clock at the Nugget, and this really and truly is a beautiful event.
Yes,
So beautiful.
yes, it's beautiful. And you have pictures of last year. We're going to be in a brand new venue ballroom there that no one has seen in years and years. And so it's going to be really beautiful. And we've got we've got a Harley Davidson that we're raffling off once again. We have lots of great art and gala, and we'll have an artist there actually doing portraits on site of some really special people, which is a surprise. But it's going to be it's going to be even more spectacular than it was last year.
And again, get tickets. You can get them using the QR code on your screen. Tickets are $150 per person, and it really and truly is going towards helping our people in our own community die with dignity. I thank you both so much for what you're doing.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
You're watching 2+U Nevada. You are watching 2+U Nevada. Joining us again this afternoon, Tony Fianacca, one of the owners of Sparks Florist. Tony, always a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks for having me back, Sarah. I really appreciate it so much.
You are so fun.
I know. I get to bring all the fun things to look at, and
It smells good.
I know, right? And it's getting close to Valentine's Day, so we got some really lovely, rich colors going on here. Of course, lots of roses.
Yes.
But I wanted to take a second to kind of show you some of the things we're offering. And these arrangements specifically that I brought here today are going to be part of a special we're offering on the 9th and 10th. If you purchase any one of these flower arrangements, you can have it delivered for free within the Reno Sparks area, which I think is a great deal. So we really wanted to take the opportunity to encourage people to send flowers to your loved ones early. And you could say something on the card like, I just couldn't wait until the 14th, which is always a winner.
Right.
But most
Look
people,
at you.
I know.
You must be
See,
married.
it's
You
like I
must
know these things. But no, so I mean, it's great because then everybody in the office gets to see, and your loved one gets to be that special person that receives it nice and early.
That's awesome. And I love the free delivery, and I love the variations of these beautiful arrangements that you have. Like, this is a beautiful bouquet, but I love the shape of this.
I know. So when we're trying to develop and design these arrangements, we really are trying to think about where they're going to be going. And a lot of these are going to offices, and a lot of times people don't have a lot of room on their desk. So we're trying to create things that have a lot of texture, have a lot of color, have a really beautiful fragrance, but also are manageable. So you could, take it home with you easily.
Yep.
And we really try to pay attention to those sorts of things. If you do decide that you want to have us deliver it early, make sure you use the code EARLYBIRD on our website or in store, and we'll take care of it for you. But yeah, some of the other things we offer. So we have some wonderful chocolates, and my wife went to school to learn to be a pastry chef. And so she helped handpick these out. We work with Champagne and Chocolates, or also Chocolate Nuggets, the same company. And they make these delicious truffles, delicious chocolate boxes. You really can't be upset by them. They're really quite good. And then another really popular thing we offer, we have Jellycat. We're an authorized dealer of Jellycat in
Oh
town.
gosh, we are learning
And
all about Jellycat.
They're crazy. And you know, it seems like every single time I bring in one that's super playful, and I'm like, I don't know, like I like it, but I don't know if anybody else. They're gone.
Yep.
So fast.
Because your kids are loving them and
so
everyone
much.
else is loving
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
And I mean, for Valentine's Day, we have a really cool Valentine's dragon.
I love the dragon.
know.
And it's
Isn't it cool?
soft. This is one of those that you could just like cuddle with. I love it.
I know. Always popular. We have one of our bunnies with a rose. We even have small rose bouquet. So, you know, if you're super allergic or, you know, maybe wanted sunflowers but didn't want the pollen,
Yes.
this would be the guy for you.
Okay.
As you can see, lots of fun little things you can choose here.
I absolutely love this. And I do want to go back because I love how you were explaining your wife and how she is a real connoisseur of chocolate. But this champagne and chocolate, this is local too.
Yeah.
So you're also supporting not just a locally owned Sparks Florist, but you're supporting locally owned and manufactured the champagne and chocolate. Of course, they have the restaurant that's there in, what is that, Plumgate, I think, Plum in Arlington. I'm going off memory. Yeah. So, and then also the chocolate nugget.
Yeah, they're the same company.
Same company.
And they hand make all of their chocolates. So they don't actually use like the classic machines to form everything. They make it by hand. And that really takes a bit of artisan work and really a lot of knowledge. So we really appreciate the quality. And what we strive for in our business is to really produce quality materials for people. So that's why we're showing you all these different things, all the beautiful flowers. We're picking from the best farms, best chocolate we can possibly get, some of the best little accessories.
Speaking of the best and the best farms and providing the best flowers, you're going to teach us how to tell if a rose is on the verge of dying or if it's fresh.
Yeah, I think a lot of times people have a misconception. They'll look at a rose and they'll see it really open and they'll wonder like, okay, well, how old is that rose, right? Well, a really easy test is I want you to go ahead and look at this rose. This is called a freedom rose. Okay. And if you just gently squeeze it down here towards the base of the petals and feel how firm that is.
Oh, yeah.
So now I brought another rose. This one I've actually had it out for a bit, for a couple days out of the cooler, and really in preparation for our.
Oh, you can feel it's wilty.
Well, it's open. The petal structure is actually opened up. So what you feel is like a dimpling effect when you gently squeeze it. You feel the space in between all the petals.
Yes, it feels almost like a little bubble.
Exactly. So that's a really simple way to tell whether or not your rose is newer or older.
And then this feels like you're almost like pinching a grape.
Yeah.
If that's a better way. Like
exactly.
It's like you're pinching
it's more solid, more firm.
Grape, right. And then this, it feels like more like a raspberry. You know what I mean? Like a little bit soft, like just to try and get people at home to understand what I'm feeling difference.
Yeah, and what's interesting about each of these roses, every single rose variety is developed, by scientists. They actually build out, millions of different cultivars, and then they whittle them down to just a few that they actually put to market. And they try to breed them based upon different characteristics. So some of those characteristics are having lots of petals, being very fragrant, having a lot of color, or even being disease resistant. So depending on how you change the DNA of the flower, some of these characteristics become more prominent or less prominent. And so like the classic Freedom Rose is a really good performer, although they don't open super wide. They actually stay relatively closed, and that's one of the features, one of the characteristics they've bred upon. Whereas when we look at this soft pink rose, it's called a Ragazza, they tend to open up a lot more. And so they become a lot more open relatively fast.
Oh, wow.
And so if we leave it outside of a cooler, you'll get this sort of effect. And that doesn't mean necessarily that the flower is bad. It just means that it has had time to open. And so that's an easy way that you can tell.
And less time to live.
Well, yeah, exactly. So when we put flowers in a cooler, we're essentially putting them in stasis. So that way they can survive longer in your home because their metabolic systems all but stop once we put them in a cooler. assuming that it's in the right temperature range.
Well, Tony, thank you so much. We are at time, so I just want to remind folks at home, early bird is the code.
It is.
Early
It's the
bird
word.
is the word.
I know, sorry. I couldn't help
Thank you
myself.
so much, Tony, for joining us this afternoon.
Absolutely.
You're watching 2+ Nevada. Bloodhounds are known for having the most sensitive noses of any kind of dog. In fact, their sense of smell is estimated to be 1,000 times more powerful than a human's. Well, a rookie on the LAPD is putting that statistic to the test. Creeks, fallen trees, and steep terrain. None of it could stop Coco on the trail for a missing hiker. Lauren Posen shows us.
It's a partnership that goes beyond the badge and the leash.
It's a different relationship because I'm with her pretty much every day, all day. Wherever I go, she's in the backseat with me.
LAPD officer Bardo Zavala and his bloodhound K9 Coco work side by side in the gangs and narcotics division.
Her specialty is tracking and trailing. Those dogs are bred to do that. Mostly follow a scent and locate the scent that we're looking for.
Coco has been on 15 deployments, but it's her most recent one that's getting the most attention. When a hiker went missing in the Angeles National Forest, Zavala started her off by letting her smell a piece of the hiker's clothing.
Immediately after presenting the scent article, she took off and she was like, "Whew, I'm free," but in work mode.
Coco followed the scent deep into the mountains, crossing rivers and pushing through rugged, unfamiliar terrain.
When I put my feet in the water, I realized this isn't just a shallow piece of water. This is 2-3 feet deep. And I realized that she's just making it through, grabbing a couple drinks here and there and just continuing on.
After nearly 9 hours, she led officers to the missing hiker who survived. Rescue crews airlifted the person to safety.
This was a significant find because obviously the hiker was in and out of consciousness, but seeing her be able to do that, everything we had to trail through the rivers, I had to actually pick her up and put her over a wall. First time ever doing that as well.
Coco is one of 5 bloodhounds in the K9 unit. Their noses are built to last, able to hold onto a scent far longer than other breeds and follow it for miles when conditions are right.
When she gets closer to the person that we're looking for, she shows something called proximity. It's a complete different change of behavior in the dog. Specifically for her, it's more, she gets more antsy, happy.
And when Coco found the missing hiker, she earned a well-deserved reward for her hard work. In and out.
That was her first time ever getting a hamburger. So when she saw that, she's like, "Are you sure this is for me?" She took a bite and she's like, "Yep, this is all mine."
In downtown Los Angeles, Lauren Posen, CBS LA.
Meanwhile, there's another fantastic story out of Louisville, Kentucky, of a dog helping police find a missing child. And this is a story best told by the police officer himself.
He had run up, rang the doorbell, and then ran right across the street, but he lives there.
We received a run on Beat 6 in the 7th Division of a missing 3-year-old.
3?
Anytime you have a kid that young, you're fearful.
Put me on it.
In that situation, when there's a missing kid under the age of 11, if you're not on a run actively, everyone goes to it. We call the air unit up. They were up quick and they were over the area, and we're doing a neighborhood canvas on the ground, and it's awesome because they're doing a canvas above us. We were lucky in my division. We have a drone operator on our platoon. So he's over there within 10 minutes, 12 minutes. He gets a drone up.
I'm just going to start walking. He's got to be close. He can't run that fast.
Well, me and another officer, Officer Story, decided, hey, let's get on foot. We're going to find this kid on foot.
She's got that ring camera. So
Officer Story, who actually rides the beat that it occurred on, he said, hey, man, there was a run a couple hours ago of the lady right next door to where the missing was from that called in about a kid. It wasn't the same description, but it was a young kid hit her Ring doorbell camera, ran off. I said, you know what, let's just go back to the Ring camera. So I hit the Ring camera and was able to talk to the lady that called the original run in 2 hours prior, and I got to talk to her through the Ring camera and just kind of get some cues on where this kid might have went. And she immediately said, he's across the street. He's in the house across the street. So it was kind of funny. Originally I go to the front door, so I knock on the door. I hear no movement inside, don't hear TVs, don't see lights. Thinking it's probably unoccupied, no one's home. So I go around the corner on the sidewalk, and I notice this house on the corner has a privacy fence, but there's a gap for a driveway. So I kind of looking in the backyard for obvious things. There was a couple cars back there. just some like a garage, detached garage, with the door open. There's some spots where a kid may be. As I'm walking to the front, the craziest thing happened. There's a dog, starts walking with me. And at first, you don't know about dogs. You don't know where the dog's from, so I'm kind of being a little leery of the dog. He's barking, chirping at me a little bit, and then continues to follow me back to the front porch. I begin to knock on the house again. Let's go find him. Come on, let's go. And then I make a gesture on body cam. It was kind of funny. I guess I'm a dog guy, right? So I'm like, hey, let's go find this kid. And the dog immediately spins, runs off the front porch, and is leading me back to the backyard of this house.
What? Show me, let's go.
And it led me all the way back to the backyard. At that point, I'm thinking, okay, this kid's in this backyard. That's what got me there. I get on the radio, just get more cars there, because like we have officers all over the neighborhood. I noticed the back door was open. And again, me, where would a 3-year-old kid, when it's a little cold, go? Inside. Me and Officer Story exited the home out the rear door. Dog came to the front porch, and as we're exiting, the dog ran right back to the car. Officer Story followed the dog. I went around to check the garage, the open garage right there. And then the next thing I heard Officer Story yell.
He's right here. I got him.
So we went over, it was in the SUV in the backyard. The kid was in the front passenger seat, terrified.
Hit the button on right there, below it, right there.
The dad mode turns on, and I'm trying to get this kid to hit the unlock button. He hit the door latch, and I just gave him the yank motion. And he yanked, and I pulled that door open quickly, and I don't think I've ever seen a happier kid in my life. He jumped out of the car, bear hugged my neck, and wouldn't let go.
Good job, buddy. Lassie. Lassie, man, yeah, for real. Good job. Lassie found it.
If I'd have followed the dog all the way there, the dog went right to where the kid was. The dog went right to the back bumper, just like our dogs do, the police dogs do. It goes to the back bumper and just sat there. And, you know, now that I look back at it, I'm thinking that dog was just sitting there saying, hey, over here, man. Come over here, follow me. Man, that dog was sent from somewhere else, man. I've never seen a dog before. I've not seen it since in the neighborhood. I patrolled the neighborhood for 2 years. And I don't know where the dog came from, but it was a blessing from God that day.
The police department provided that story via Storyful. Stay with us. We'll be right back. It started nearly 40 years ago as a way to celebrate the international cheese scene. We're talking the World Cheese Awards. For dairy producers, it's one of the biggest events of the year, and they all fill into one giant aroma-filled venue. This year's event featured 5,244 cheeses from 46 countries. Only one could be crowned the winner. Barry Neild went behind the scenes in Bern, Switzerland to find out how the judges taste their way to a decision.
We're here today in Bern, the capital of Switzerland, at the World Cheese Awards. Behind me are more than 5,000 cheeses from 46 countries. They are vying for the title of the World's Best Cheese 2025. The World Cheese Awards is one of the biggest events of the year for dairy producers, gathering record numbers of cheeses in one giant, aroma-filled venue. It was started in 1988 as a way to celebrate the international cheese scene, and it's now held in a different country each year. Cheesemakers, experts, and aficionados all gather to share knowledge and taste as many cheeses as possible.
You know if a cheese is very good, if you want another piece.
What does it mean to win?
Everything. Having the best cheese in the world, you must be pretty good at what you do.
To find a winner, small groups of judges each taste 40 different cheeses. Their favourites go through 2 more rounds of selection before a champion is crowned. Does your mouth get really tired of eating cheese?
We do lots of water, make sure our palates are fresh with apples as well. And we try and work our way in order, mild to more strength.
The aromas, they're salty from every direction. And for somebody who loves cheeses like me, this is really frustrating. Only the judges can taste them. It's just great just to smell them and just be among all these special different cheeses. Oh no, don't tempt me. Oh no.
So we look at the cheese, we look at the rind, we look to see whether the rind is consistent. I would check the body and texture. We bend it till we see whether it breaks or not. Then we smell it and see what the aromas are like and if it's expressive. I'm looking for personality. And I'm still eating cheese and you're still not.
I've seen some incredible cheeses around here. There's goat cheeses, cow cheeses, camel cheeses. blue cheeses, purple cheeses, green cheeses, cheeses in jars. I've seen cheeses that will haunt me for the rest of my days. It's blue spores everywhere.
By the time we're done here, we will not want to see cheese for weeks.
So we're at a crucial stage in the competition now. Each of the 110 judging tables has chosen their Super Gold winner. We're not allowed in there. It's all hush-hush. So we've just got to wait on the sidelines to find out the news. Is it a really competitive world?
You know, everyone wants to win. I think we're human beings, right? But I think everyone wants to make artisan cheese better. I think that's more important to us.
We're just waiting to find out who is the big winner.
Die Bergkäserei Vodafiltigen Gruyère ARP Special. Congratulations. World Cheese Tappy. That's a Gexy Tattoo Fire.
How does it feel to win?
It's very overwhelming.
Are you a business or nonprofit and want to be featured on 2+U Nevada? Have a Mom to Mom Monday, a Tried It Tuesday, or even a cute pic you just want to show us? The whole point of 2+U Nevada is the plus you. You can send us your content by visiting our website. Head to 2news.com and click on 2+U Nevada. Or you can email us at 2+UNevada@ktvn.com. Are you a business or nonprofit and want to be featured on 2+U Nevada? Have a Mom to Mom Monday, a Tried It Tuesday, or even a cute pic you just want to show us? The whole point of 2+U Nevada is the plus you. You can send us your content by visiting our website. Head to 2news.com and click on 2+U Nevada. Or you can email us at 2+UNevada@ktvn.com. Now for today's Tried It Tuesday. This one comes from our friend Danny Kenichi. She and her mother-in-law tried a handmade beef stew recipe. First, heat some oil in a Dutch oven. Dry the beef and sear in batches. Remove all that from the Dutch oven. Now, saute some celery and mushrooms in a pot. Add tomato paste, garlic, and spices. Again, remove everything and set it aside. Then deglaze the pot. Add wine and scrape all the goodness off from the bottom of the pot. Simmer to reduce. Then add beef broth, and simmer for a bit. From there, take the Dutch oven off the stovetop and cook it in the oven at 300 degrees for 2 hours. Now, Danny says because the beef pieces were so large, they ended up cooking this for 3 hours. Add carrots, potatoes, and cook for another hour until done. Now, once the beef is tender and the veggies are done, remove the beef and veggies from the pot. Skim the fat from the liquid. Thicken with a cornstarch slurry. Return the meat and veggies to the pot and reheat. Danny says they learned the beef should have been cut into smaller pieces. That extended her cooking time. She says this beef stew was good, but she and her mother-in-law plan on looking for another recipe to try, as this one didn't quite hit their mark. With that, this is a friendly reminder. If you have a beef stew recipe that you think is awesome, be sure to send it to us for a Tried It Tuesday. That's it for this edition of 2+U Nevada. Thank you for inviting us into your home this afternoon. We look forward to joining you every weekday at 3 for 2+U Nevada. 2 News Nevada at 4 starts now.